All right, Bo, how's it going?
Everything good, man. What's up with you?
Man, grinding, man, trying to make it happen.
Hey, I see you working, man. I feel like this is my home away from home, man. It's what, number 3 or 4?
Yeah, number 3. This is our 3rd time working. You did some crazy numbers last time, man. People really liked your stories.
Man, I appreciate it. Hey, cause I'm always giving to them 100. I'm gonna give them some real shit.
Yeah, man, I think they love it, man. From a more of a grown perspective of the streets and everything,
Right.
I feel like they like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Something a little bit different than what they're used to getting.
For sure.
Well, I thought we'd get into what I thought was some of the biggest news out of Chicago, and that was the tweet from Dirk a few days ago about that he was going to stop dissing the dead, and he wasn't even going to rap songs anymore that he dissed the dead. And he tweeted this, and this comes after his brother was killed not too long ago, and there was an attempt, home invasion attempt, but I don't know if these things are, I'm not saying these things are connected or anything, but these are just the events that happened. But, it's at this tweet now where he says he's going to stop dissing the dead. What'd you think when you seen that?
I thought that was big for Chicago. Like that was huge because he a real voice, and he influenced a lot of youngins and a lot of the shorties coming up. So to hear him say that was big. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that he carry it out and actually live that. You know what I'm saying? Live up to those words that he said. If he do, it's a beautiful thing for the city, man. That was huge.
Because it could be hard to keep going, right? Because, if one side starts doing it, it seems like it's one of those things that can easily be ignited again.
Without a doubt. And one thing that I do, right, I never blame the shorties because I understand it's not nothing that we did. We let the dead rest. You know what I'm saying? And we worried about the people that's still living, the ones who could actually harm us or kill us. That's what we focused on. But it's a new day and age, and this is what they do. So even when you try and say that I'm gonna pull back from this and I'm not gonna partake in those activities, if somebody else keep doing it and egging you on, it's sometimes hard to stay away from it. Because I know Duck said the same thing, and he didn't do it, you know what I'm saying, for a while, but when you steady hearing other people do it, it can pull you off your square and take you back to a place where you really don't want to be.
He came out with the Chicago Legends, which was like a step in the right direction, I felt anyway, for things. Did he ever say it publicly that he wasn't going to do that?
Yeah, he said it publicly, and he did it for my 2020 Vision campaign, and we had several long talks behind the scenes where he like, man, I'm not even on that. I'm not putting guns in my videos or none of that. He left that drop for me on the 2020 Vision campaign, and he didn't for a while until he went back into what he know, which is I don't knock him or none of the other shorties, for doing what they do because it's the environment in which they was raised, and there's not enough older guys to really get on top of them and stand on top of them to keep them focused. So that's like I don't know, that's a bad thing, man. And then a lot of the older guys that do have the influence, they won't get in the middle of it because they don't want to end up thrown into the shit or end up getting 100 years for trying to mediate some shit like that. So I mean, the system, it was designed for us to fail like that. When they started locking up all the heads, they knew what was gonna happen. Cut the head off, the body fall.
You think that a lot of the reasons for these things is because the older guys are all gone?
Without a doubt. Like when I was coming up, I knew it was certain things that I couldn't do. If I did certain things, I'd be violated, get my ass beat. Like, we knew that, so it's certain, and then we knew if we did certain things, we had to answer to somebody. When with the head going, these shorties, who they got to answer to? You know what I'm saying? And then when the guys start coming home from those jails and doing those bits, the shorties been running wild for so many years to now they don't want no structure. So it's like when you come around and trying to dictate the pace, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get resistance. And the only way to and it's sad to say, but the only way to really correct it, it gotta be a whole lot of killing. Like you gotta knock off a lot of the bad seeds and knock off a lot of the guys who too far gone, who won't listen, you know, to bring fear back into it and to scare the shorties that's looking up to them. If you knock off the killers in those hoods that they look up to and that they scared of, it'll make everybody get in line. You know what I'm saying? And that was the purpose for violations and things of that nature, to keep order, you know? So without order, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna always be chaos. That's just a fact.
I could see how that could make things very difficult. Just to keep things, you know, semi, you know, like you said, order, you know, to things. Dirk caught a lot of backlash this last time when his brother died. It was like all I seen was people, you know, the comments were just flooded with criticism about him dissing the dead.
I mean, rest in peace, D-Thing. Keep going.
Sorry, what happened?
No, I was saying rest in peace, D-Thing.
Rest in peace, D-Thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, Dirk caught a lot of criticism this time. I've never seen the fans actually criticize like that.
You know, it's the internet. You know, they hate you today, love you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't beat them. You would never win. Like, you know, like I saw a lot of shit that didn't make sense. Like, he sacrificed his brother and he sacrificed Vaughn and all that shit is some bullshit. At the end of the day, if you from these streets of Chicago, you know how shit played out and you know how shit go. Like, how could he sacrifice somebody when he didn't know Vaughn was going to that club? He didn't know what was going on. He wasn't up here. You know what I'm saying? His brother, that's his big brother. His big brother do what his big brother want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get what people talking about, all the sacrificing and all that shit, just to try and make him look bad and try and bring a strike on his riches and what he's accomplished. Because whether you hate him or love him, he's accomplished something that a lot of artists haven't accomplished in this city. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the biggest artists in the world right now. And he put in his work. I watched him from the beginning when he didn't have no money, nothing. And then he came up, got some bread, fell back off and kept working and ended up passing damn near everybody that he came in the game with. You know what I'm saying? That's an accomplishment within itself that not many people will ever achieve. So you know, like I say, the backlash probably came from, you know, some people looking at it like you rich now. You know what I'm saying? You made it out. You made enough money to get you and all your people out. You giving a lot of people jobs. You bringing a lot of good people that was in the hood off the streets and showing them a better life. You know, focus on that instead of, you know what I'm saying, dissing the oppositions in the city that you don't even live. So I get that part too, because you know, sometimes I felt like when I hear it, I'd be like, you know, I ain't think some of it was cause for, because, you know, I mean, they did, you rich, you made it. Let's celebrate life. Let's enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? So that you know, that's a part of the game. But like I say, this is their generation, it's their culture. So I'm not gonna understand everything in it because it's not for me. It's not my world or the world that I live in. So I try not to judge them or try not to be so judgmental. You know, if I talk to them, I always tell them how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I don't do. I don't beat around the bush or, you know what I'm saying, or hide how I feel. I let them know. And that's why they respect it.
How do you feel when you see the Dirk is cursed? You mentioned that. I always think it's one of the most ridiculous things ever. And I don't even maybe because, like you said, it's not my generation. So I'm like, I don't get it. I don't see it at all. But the internet will take these things and just run with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the internet do. That's what it do, you know. I mean, like I say, they're part of some shit, like some real street shit. The shit get deep. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a lot of lives lost on both sides. and it probably will never be mediated to where, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be peace, but I think in the long run they'll be able to coexist. I mean, other than that, everybody gonna be dead or in jail. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta try and figure out a way to coexist. We don't never have to ever be friends. We don't have to rotate or kumbaya together, none of that shit. Y'all can live y'all life over there, we'll live our life over here. We doing what we doing, y'all doing what y'all doing. And leave it at that. Other than that, you're gonna lose everything that you worked for. Everything that you worked hard for and the things that you put in so much blood, sweat, and tears for is gonna go down the drain for nothing.
I hear that, man. That's real shit, man. Especially once you make it, man. Maybe this is just my way, you know what I'm saying, when I seen things, but it seems like during my era, you know what I'm saying, the 90s and the 2000s, and it seems like rappers would get on and they would kind of turn down. You know what I'm saying? They would get away from the streets a little bit and they would try to focus on living better, providing for their family. It seems like now, when rappers get on, they actually just turn up even more.
Because you got to think, it was guidance back then too. So you had people, you didn't have a whole lot of yes men around you too. Either you had people that, hey, come on, fuck all that. We over here doing this. Elephants don't swat at flies. We keep that shit moving. We not even gonna bring no exposure to what they doing over there. They need it. We not gonna shine no light on them. Versus now, you gotta think, you 19, 20 years old, you coming off the block with no structure, no guidance. Who in the fuck can tell you anything? You rich now. You know what I'm saying? You got the bag. So you got all these shorties behind you that's gonna ride with whatever the fuck you say, right or wrong. And they don't know what's going on because they grew up in the same environment as you. So this is all that they know. This is all they know. So you know what I'm saying? The money can't change the individual. I think over time and age, with age and wisdom comes, that knowledge to where, you know what? I'm gonna pipe down. Or if you got some good older guys around you to tell you, man, nah, hell no, we're gonna do this. But if you, the head of your circle, and everybody looking to you for the answers, and all you know is what you know, you're gonna create a team full of savages. That's just facts. That's life.
Yeah, real shit, man. I've seen the change from the old era to the new era. But some of the other biggest news out of Chicago was rest in peace Edai.
Rest in peace Edai. I had a personal relationship with Edai too. You know what I'm saying? Like a real good relationship with Edai.
How'd you guys meet?
I met Edai back when Keith was popping, when Keith was in the beginning. So I've been knowing Edai for about 10 years. And he had hit me up like, man, big homie, check out my music. This one he had the Gucci song, and then Keith had hopped on the remix, and he was sending, we did a couple joints together and everything, and he had reached out to try and help him, and then he wanted me to come on and try and help manage him, but he was signed to my people now, over at Doughboy now, with Doe Street. And so, I don't step on nobody's toes, but I went and met him at the studio out west. He was recording out west and everything. I went and met him. We chopped it up a lot of times. And he used to hit me and tell me like, man, bro, I'm trying to make it with this music. Especially after C-Day got locked up, when his brother got locked up, he was telling me like, this is all my brother got. It's just me and him. You know what I'm saying? We don't got nothing, so we trying to get it. If I don't do it for him, it won't get done. So he was trying to do a lot of stuff to help his brother as well. He was a good dude. Like I say, all them little guys is really good dudes, just on different sides of the fence. You know what I'm saying? I've been able to rotate with both sides and all of them. So when people be, oh, them niggas some hoes, or they some, nah, I rotated with all of them. They really be the same niggas, but on different sides, who took different paths and ran with different cliques, but you got your good and your bad with all of them.
How long ago did Edai come out? Did he come out around the same time as Chief Keef?
Edai came out when Keef and them came out. He was doing music. He might have been doing music before Keef and them came out, but he was doing He was doing music. I met him around the same time, and he was doing music then. I don't know how, the inner workings of who came out first with them, but I know when I heard Keith, Edai was rapping already, and then he's some years older than them too, so he probably was rapping before them.
You'd mentioned his brother getting locked up, and he was trying to rap, because there's been a lot of rumors about appeals and everything. Was that something he was heavily focused on?
He was focused on that, trying to get his brother back in court, trying to get him home. They was all they had, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, do you have any stories or anything you could share with Edai?
With Edai, we pretty much just chopped it up with the music and, ways that I could help him, get further along in his career. And then he ended up doing some business with my brother Leoski D in the streets. So he was wearing the In the Streets chain. They're my people. So they had some stuff going on. But yeah, everything with me and Edai was just really no stories I could really tell, because it really was all about the business, how I could help him, come to me for advice with the music and things of that nature. And then, he let me know about, his family situation and how he was trying to help his brother and, things of that nature. But like, we didn't hang out or go party or nothing like that. A few shows together and things of that nature, but that's about it.
Also, some sad news out of Chicago was the KTS Dre situation.
Yeah, Dre. We was cool. I respected Dre gangster. I respected Dre.
He was a rapper also, right?
Nah. His brother was a rapper, Vaughn. If he was a rapper, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know about his music. Really, he was known for his gangster. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I see. Okay, for some reason I thought he was a rapper. Okay.
That's how they was promoting it, because you know what I'm saying. Like, I know it was some rappers over there with KTS. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know him for being a rapper. I respect his gangster, but it's like, we know what life we choose when we choose it, and we know what come with it. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I always try and tell these shorties, the streets look good. It look good to glorify this shit, but it's only gonna end in one of two ways, and now one of them is good. You're gonna end up with 1,000,000 years, or you're gonna end up having to have your family bury you. It ain't no other way. I don't know, like, too many success stories of motherfuckers who stayed in it and stayed down. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I don't take life for granted, because I know, like, I shouldn't be here right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here. I'm here for a reason, and I feel like God got me here to help my people. You know what I'm saying? People always tell me, man, be careful out there and be, you know what I'm saying? Be cautious. But it's like, I don't worry about that. I say this, and I mean this when I say this. While I'm living life the right way and doing things the right way, if I die by the hands of my people, then that's the way the man upstairs wanted me to go. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I feel. So I don't have no fears or no worries or none of that shit. Now, when we be out at them clubs, yeah, of course we're gonna go the right way and make sure that we secured and our whole team is safe. But on a regular day-to-day basis, like when I'm moving around, I be solo dolo. And I'm not worried about nothing or nobody.
You're one of the few people that can go around Chicago like that, right? That can go to the different hoods and talk to different people and be good.
Yeah, that's a fact. I done proved it. I done been, you know what I'm saying? It's a couple areas that I won't go, you know what I'm saying, for personal reasons. But overall, the majority, I'm pretty much good everywhere. But it's a couple areas that, you know what I'm saying, like, I ain't gonna go. I always been the type of nigga to play it safe. I'm gonna play it safe. If I ain't got no business over there, or if I don't fuck with none of the killers or the heads over there that I know niggas respect and look up to, then I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? But overall, yeah, pretty much. It's a few people that can move around like that, but it ain't many.
I believe a few different rappers have asked you to take them through the hoods and put them in the music videos. You've helped a couple rappers put out some music videos. Is that right?
Yeah, for a fact. I brought Alley Boy. I took Alley Boy out west with the GDs. Then I took him to O Block. Then I took him to over at Foster Park with the Stones. I took him out west with the Vice Lords, and it's a video called "Fuck With Me," and I took him through the whole city, and they embraced him and showed him love. Also, the folks, the brothers, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Showed them love, you know, because they know I genuinely be trying to help, you know what I'm saying? And I don't be looking for nothing in return. It's just what I do. I feel like that's why I'm still here, to help people get further along in their careers and with what they trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I done had my hands in too many deals for artists. I got helped get too many artists deals, even to this day. Like some of and I ain't gonna put their business out there, but a lot of the artists that's coming up right now, I helped them out, put in good words for them with the labels. And, you know, they ain't have lawyers. Some of them ain't have lawyers. I give them lawyers. Some of them ain't have their paperwork together. I help them get their paperwork together. It's like a lot of things I feel like I can give them good knowledge with the game, because I've been in the game for so long. So I made so many good relationships with a lot of the major artists as well as label execs. So.
Yeah, I mean, just from the few interviews we've had, I mean, it seems like there's a lot of people that you've like at least made suggestions to, or pointed them in the right direction, or plugged them with the label. You know, it's a pretty long list.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact.
That you've helped, yeah, in one way or the other.
That's a fact.
That's dope shit, man.
I appreciate it.
That's pretty dope that you can have such an effect on, you know, so many people and help so many people.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact throughout the whole city, except the only spot really, like over east, like I always say this, like Herbo and Bibby and them, they never asked or needed no help with nothing. They got rich on their own, but they still respect me. You know what I'm saying? Like Herb is almost always the utmost respect. Like whenever he see me, if I let him know how I felt about a project, he'd be like, "Oh, I know it's real now. You stamped it." You know, so they still value my opinion, and you know what I'm saying, just with the stamp that I done put in the city, they respect it. And I respect them. I get that same respect.
That's what's up. That's good shit, man. And Kanye West has a new album coming out.
Yeah.
And he's got Rooga and Little Dirk on that.
Yeah.
That seems like, you know, that would be big for Chicago.
It would. I mean, I think it's big for Chicago. Like I support Kanye. Well, I fuck with Kanye because he's from the city. You know what I'm saying? I do feel as if Kanye, when he about to drop a project, he gonna get up with the hottest artists from the city and put them on his shit, and you know what I'm saying, and kind of it help his project out, and it give his project that street shit that it need on it and things of that nature. And then after he do that, he kind of fade back in the back. You know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing against Kanye. I support him because he's from the city. Like I dissed him some years ago. He never forgave me for it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, me and Kanye is Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, I dissed him, Twister and Cap One, Young Bird, all of them on the same song. Everybody else forgave me. We chopped it up, got songs together. We good. Kanye the only one who still feel like he in his feelings, I guess. You know.
Really?
But, you know,
even after this amount of time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good either way. I do me. You know what I'm saying? One thing I don't need is validation from no man on this earth.
With them both being on his project, would this be the first time a GD and BD from that area have been on the same project?
Nah, it's been some BDs and GDs on songs together. I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, they've been on songs together. Everybody, see, this is the thing. Every GD and BD ain't at war in the city. Just certain cliques. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's certain parts of the city, but you got some areas or you got some GDs that fuck with some of the BDs. Like you got with Dirk, it's some GDs over there. You know what I'm saying? Like Hypno Carlito, a GD. He not BD, but he over there with the GDs. And like with JoJo World and all that, like with Killer Kels is a BD. I talk to him all the time from the joint. Actually, he just called me a minute ago. I got to call him back. But he doing some fair time right now, but he a BD. You know what I'm saying? And he was on the GD side. So it really ain't about BD, GD, and all that shit for real. To be honest, it's this clique and that clique, or this side against that side, you know. But I mean, what Kanye did was big for the city. I'm glad to see Rooga get some shine. He deserved it. And then he dope. He like one of the niggas in the city that I love who got lyrics. Like, he really be rapping. You know, he got bars. You gotta give it to him.
These past probably like 6 months, Rooga's really taken off.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And you know, he's and he did it without really dissing the dead. You know, he had that one song, I think, with Durk.
Right.
But it's not his thing.
No, it ain't his thing. He could put a song together, you know. He could put a song together with good, his track selection on point, his bars on point.
He's showing people that, you know, it can be done. That you don't have to diss the dead for attention. You can actually just put out good music and it's gonna work.
Fact.
The music's good.
I tell everybody that good music gonna outlast anything else. If you're known for disrespecting the dead and all that other bullshit music, it's only gonna last for as long as you doing that. And usually before you finish doing that, your ass be dead. You know what I'm saying? Or be in jail or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Versus good music, if you get a hit record, you could tour for a couple years and get rich off of that if you play your cards right.
I wanted to take it back a little bit, man. You know, you came up with, you know, through Waka and everything like that. How did all that elevate you, you know, to like the next level?
It put me it gave me a national look, you know what I'm saying? Not just a local look. So it went from me just being known locally to where all around the world people knew about us, you know what I'm saying? Which put me in a position to where that's honestly, Gucci and Waka is really, it was my work ethic and my hard work that got me where I was at. I never asked them to give me nothing. They never gave me $1. All the money that I made was from my hustle and my grind, because I say, okay, y'all giving me this light and putting me on the team, now it's up to me to work. That's why I tell every artist that's around me, when you get the opportunity and you get the light shined on you, you have to work 10 times harder than you ever worked before. Take advantage of that opportunity. So when Waka and Gucci put me on the team, they had fans of, Keith and them was fans of Waka and Gucci and them. So that made them look up to me, because Gucci and them in Atlanta, I'm the closest thing you're gonna get to that Brick Squad stamp. So that's what really opened the doors for me with the shorties, my connects with Gucci and Waka and them. So that put me on a whole nother level, and I was able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars touring with Waka. We did the Brick Squad Monopoly tour, the 30 city tour. He took me on tour with him a lot of places. I met Yo Gotti on the road, and me and Gotti been like this for the past 10 years. All of those connections came from Gucci and Waka, French Montana, a bunch of Uncle Murder, a bunch of people came from that. So I'm, like I said, I'm forever grateful and thankful for Gucci and Waka. You know what I'm saying? Just for giving me the opportunity to come on board, and really they changed my life.
A lot of rappers don't really see the opportunity. You know, sometimes you just need someone to open that door for you. But you still got to walk through it. You still got to do that work.
You got to walk through it, and that's what I'm trying to tell them. I can lead you to the door and open it, but you got to walk through the door. So it's like this here. the people that's on my team, I tell them, listen, we got the light on us. All the artists from the biggest major artists to the smallest in the city respect who I am and what we doing. Now, you have to give me something to make them respect what it is you doing, and you got to work to keep shit moving. The same way that I had to work and grind hard with Waka and them, I kept shooting videos, stayed in the studio. Hey, Waka, I need you on this. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm the same way with my artists. If they call on me for something, I'll be there. But I just love to see the consistency, the work. You got to stay going. It's a full-time job. Like, I lost a lot sacrificing things for the success that I had. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fucked up my household. I fucked up a lot of shit trying to, get where I had to go. And then it paid off because the money I made from there, I invested it in real estate and did other things. So, but it was the grind, man. You got to work. Ain't nobody going to give you shit.
And when you guys are out, when you and Waka and you start doing shows, this is all new. The big shows, I'm taking it that these were big type of shows that you never were able to do before?
Nah, never. Like, I had did shit at like the United Center and shit like that. I had did UIC Pavilion with Lil Wayne. I had did some big shows after the 106 in Park, after I did 106 in Park. But after that, it slowed down, and then when I got with Waka, it picked back up. So like, even now, if I get a big show, they'll book me for a big show here. I won't even perform. I bring on I do one song or a verse from one song, and I let my team, the guys on my team who got buzzes and who right at the edge, I bring them out on those sets to let them get a taste of that crowd and to hopefully gain some new fans that could possibly push them over the edge. Like, I'm not a rapper, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love being behind the scenes, but sometimes you got to make sacrifices. So I take those shows that come and I put my team on them and let them do what they do on it. Or if it's any event that I have, I try and let my whole team perform just to keep them working, you know what I'm saying? Keep them motivated, and hopefully to show them that, hey, we can really get this shit if we move as a unit and work hard. That's my whole goal.
How was it going on tour with Waka and them?
It was lovely. Like, those was some of the best days of my life. City to city, state to state. Like, you know what I'm saying? Money, just good times, fun times. Like, it's like a family, you know what I'm saying? We was around, I was around Waka before he was rapping. I saw Nicki Minaj grind, and I saw her grind and her hustle. And she was like a nigga. She lived in the studio day and night. She wasn't gonna be denied, you know what I'm saying? She did it, and she respected herself as well. Like, it was a million niggas trying to fuck, it was a million. Fuck that. Fuck my pussy. I'm talking about my bars. You fucking with that? She demanded that respect. You know what I'm saying? Because Deb managed all of us. So we all was a part of that team in the office together like a big family. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people, it might look like these artists really ain't grind or like it came overnight, but them motherfuckers worked their ass off. And I witnessed it firsthand. From Gucci lived in the studio. Yo, Gotti and them, if I call Gotti now, I bet you he in the studio now. Like, these guys live what it is they trying to do. And that's what I try and instill in my artists. Work, grind. If you want it, show me you want it. Because I worked and grind for what I got. I didn't stop. You caught me in the studio, I was dropping a mixtape every other month. I go in the studio 2 weeks straight and bang out 30, 40 songs and pick the hottest 15 and put out new music videos every month. I invested in myself, and I ain't look for nobody to do it for me. So that's what a lot of these young artists got to do. Invest in yourself, believe in yourself. If don't nobody else believe in you, believe in yourself. You'll get it.
Real talk. You got, man, that's crazy to hear that they're in the studio that much, man. They must have a lot of unreleased music, and I mean, just being in there that much, though, you're gonna get so much music that, it's gonna be kind of hard to not make some hot music at that point.
Right, you got to think. You got that many songs, something gonna be hot. I'm talking about these guys got thousands of songs, literally. And if you think 1,000 songs, you're like, nah, he got 1,000 songs. More than 1,000 songs. I'd be in the studio with Gucci where Gucci would knock out 20 songs, and I'm not exaggerating. Ask anybody, when you interview a motherfucker, ask them. They'll tell you Gucci will go in the studio and knock out 15 songs in one day. You know what I'm saying? One day. He go back to back, pull up another track, go in there and knock that out. Okay, put that track on, put a hook on that. I ain't feeling the verse right now. Put that to the side, go in here, pull that up. Waka go in there and knock out shit. Like, this is how they was working. And that's where I got my work ethic from.
Can you give me a little bit more details on a day like that? Like that's a lot of songs for one day. 20, 30 songs, man. Is it just, are y'all eating in there? The food's being brought to you?
They got runners.
Are there chicks in there?
They got runners in there. So it's runners that go and make the runs. Okay, we want these. Go bring back the food. They bring the drinks. They ran out of smoke. Gucci wants some pills. Bitches in there. Hey, you ain't going home. You better take that bitch in the back studio, back room, and do what you do and get back in here and get to work. It was that type of vibe, like non-stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I watched a lot of songs made like that. I watched Gucci make some hits in his closet. You know what I'm saying? Go in the closet and recording in the house where the booth is the closet. You know what I'm saying?
Man, where the booth is a closet, even at that level he was still recording at home also.
This was when Freaky Girl and In My Kitchen and all that came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was still recording. He was big. Everybody knew him. So Icy was out and all that, and he was still recording in the trap, it seemed like. You know? He wanted it though.
That's some good motivation for the young rappers listening, man. Like, if Gucci's over here knocking out 20 songs a day and he already rich, what's your excuse, man? You need to be working.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yo Gotti got all these artists. He got Moneybagg Yo, he got Black Youngster, 42 Doug, ESTG, and he be in the studio recording every day. He told me, man, listen, I treat this shit like the block when I was hustling. I never want to run out of work. So I always stay re-upped. It's the same way with this shit. I never run out of music. I want to keep this music coming. Don't chase the money, chase the dream. Chasing the money, you're going to be run, because there's so much money out there, you'll never get it all. But if you chase the dream, the money going to come with it. You know what I'm saying? If you can catch that dream. So chase your dream, man. Fuck that money. That money come and go.
Man, I hear that, man. I definitely hear that, man. That's big motivation.
Appreciate it.
That's a lot. Even when I was rapping, I mean, I stayed in the studio a lot, but damn, I never wrote that fast. I couldn't write music. That's talented too, man. You know, to be able to write that fast, that's crazy. That's like, you hear stories about Tupac doing the similar things.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about performing and everything, and one thing I've heard is that Chief Keef and Dirk have never ever been able to perform in Chicago.
They did in the earlier part of their career. They had shows here in Chicago. But after they blew up, I think Dirk came back once. But I don't think Keith been back in a long time. Yeah.
Is there a reason why they're not able to perform?
The city, they hate them. Not the art, not the people. I'm talking about the motherfuckers who approve these shows, the police departments and shit like that. They look at it like it's a threat. You know what I'm saying? It's risks of violence if you bring them in. Which is some bullshit, man, because they bring in all type of other artists from everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Let them brothers come home and perform in front of their hometown. The fans want to see them. The city want to see them.
So they feel like that because they're from Chicago,
Yeah, they was doing Herbo like that, but then Herb, he broke that barrier, so now he here doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? And he getting a whole lot of love here. Like, gotta come back, let them come back home and do what they do. Gotta change the narrative though. So hopefully with Dirk saying, he ain't gonna disrespect the dead or even rap those type of songs no more. Hopefully we can start changing the narrative to where they let him come back and do what he do.
I'm sure, man, people from Chicago are probably dying to see, a little Dirk or a Chief Keef being, you know what I'm saying? That's probably their favorite rappers that they've never been able to go see at a concert or anything.
Yeah, could you imagine putting them on the same ticket?
Woo.
Be big.
That would be huge, man.
You put Chief Keef, Lil Durk, Polo G, G Herbo all on one ticket. That shit'll sell out. That should be crazy.
Man, you're gonna need a football stadium for that one.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta take them to the United Center where the Bulls play. They had to do some shit like that.
Yeah, that would be crazy, man. You being one of the only artists out there that can actually talk to a lot of people, is there anything that can be done that could slow down the violence in Chicago?
We just need more resources. You know what I'm saying? Like when you come into these guys and you telling them, I need you to stop doing this or try and change your life doing that, you got to come with something. Other than that, if you come and just talking, they like, what the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing to offer. What we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? They go back to what they know. So we need more resources and more things for them to do. That's what we lacking. It's a lack of resources here.
Has there ever been a time where things might have been headed in a positive direction?
You know what? I say this, and this is a true story. Me and G Count had we had Swag, JoJo brother. We had Smiles, rest in peace Smiles. We had Lil J. We had Duck on the phone. And we had Wook, one of BDs, one of Dirk and them guys, and some more of the BDs. Wook called me and said, man, you know what? I'm tired of this shit, man. Like, I know you fuck with both sides. Man, let's see if we can sit down at the table and we ain't gotta be friends or nothing, but I'll come meet you and we can sit down at the table and try and squash this shit. So they came, we met at Hooters downtown. They came, we chopped it up. Everybody was on board. He had talked to Dirk on board, everybody on board. After we left, I guess some of the shorties got in some of the guys' ears and it didn't go through after that. You know what I'm saying? But I know they tired. Everybody tired. Don't nobody want to live that life. But you don't want to look like a coward and bow out either. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's fucked up, but it's
that close.
Yeah,
that's close.
Yeah, it was close. We down at Hooters downtown.
How long ago was?
This was before Smiles died. Right before Smiles died, and right before 00 caught his case. You know what I'm saying? But Duck, everybody was on board.
Did it have any effect at all? Did things slow down for him or anything? Or
nah, it turned back up after that. You know what I'm saying? But it was close. It was close.
People want to stop doing this, but they don't know how, or they don't have a different route. What can a different route be to give them?
Just some resources, like say for instance, if you stand over here, we got these resources for you. But the only way you can get these resources, you gotta stay on point with this and stay off of that. Or we gotta get, you know what I'm saying? You gotta come with something, you gotta have something to offer. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact they wanna stop. I know for a fact, I talked to a lot of them off camera, you know what I'm saying? And we be off the record, and a lot of them, I rarely find people that's like, man, fuck that. We wanna just kill and die. Like, nah, man. They all wanna stop. That's a fact.
Man, that's crazy that you guys actually, it was that close. It would seem like that even though, you know, it was that close, it didn't work out, that, you know, maybe even down the line, you know, more and more, even as the shorties got older, you know, because they're young, you know, the older dudes are the ones they've been through a lot, you know, have more dead friends, they got more homies in jail, and, you know, being that it's so rough, you know what I'm saying, you would think that hopefully at some point, you know what I'm saying, you could get everybody on the same page. But
yeah, but it's hard though.
That's just...
It's hard because the bodies never stop dropping. So the more bodies drop, the more hurt people you got. You know what I'm saying? And the saying is true, hurt people hurt people. It's just a fact.
Yeah, man. Once people are dead, it's
hard to come back from that. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to come back from something that's, yeah, so... Because there's some people, especially the people that were really close to that person, they're not going to want to let it go.
Nah, and they not trying to hear nothing. You know,
Yep.
You can talk to them, they gonna keep going, or they'll tell you, okay, it's cool, and when they catch a motherfucker slipping, they gonna knock them down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's something I wouldn't want to put my name on it, or none of that. It ain't worth it.
Yeah. A lot of rappers have been getting arrested in Florida and Miami.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
What'd you think about all that?
Think you just gotta move careful. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move different, man. You know, I think you already a target. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta move different, man.
Yeah, man. It was like, I think it was like 1 week, like 4 rappers all got arrested or questioned. You know, plus the rappers that are from there, from you know, Hot Boy and Glock 9 getting RICO charges.
Yeah, I think in Miami right now they fed up and they want to make some examples. You know what I'm saying? They want to make some examples. Stay the fuck, keep that bullshit from down here. We gonna lock your ass up.
Yeah, real shit, man. I don't think they want rappers in Miami.
Nah, I don't think so either.
What'd you think about the Lox and Dipset verse?
You know what? It turned out different than what I expected, because I know that lyrically and bar for bar, Lox, can't nobody fuck with Jada. But when I was thinking the verses, it ain't about the bars, it's about the records and the songs, I thought Dipset had more hits, you know what I'm saying? More club bangers that people you can ride to and turn up to and shit like that. I thought they had more of those, so I thought it'd be a better matchup. But Kiss the GOAT, and he made him realize that and remember that.
Yeah, it was dope. You know, maybe it's just my old school way of thinking, but I feel like verses are the new form of battle rapping.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
Right?
That's what it seemed like.
It seems like that though, right? You know, because the battle rapping isn't really that popular no more.
Nah, not like it was.
Yeah, I remember in your era, you know, the 106 in Park and, you know, the battle rapping was the thing.
Yeah, 106, you know? Smack DVDs, all of those, like URL, it was smacking. That shit, it was big. But now it's kind of dying out, you know what I'm saying? But the verses is picking up big.
The artists are doing a really good job of making it, you know, fun, and, you know, it's dope, man. I like what they're doing.
Yeah, I do too.
I've been wanting to ask you this other question too, man. I don't know if you were around or know anything about it, but, you know, back in the 90s, Tupac kind of had some issues in Chicago. He, you know, I guess a kid got killed, and he was mad, and he went on stage and cussed out the crowd. The crowd jumped on stage and went after him and everything. Did you know anything about that, or were you there, or was that around your time?
That was Yummy Sandifer that he was talking about, Lil Yummy. But I think that actual event, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, happened in Milwaukee, at a show in Milwaukee when that happened, if I'm not mistaken. But I wasn't around for that, but I knew of it. I heard about it. You know what I'm saying? He was real passionate about that, because Yummy was, what, 11 or 12 when that shit happened? He was like 11 or 12. And you know how he was executed that made worldwide news, to watch a shorty or a kid be executed like that, you know.
Yeah, Yeah, I was just wondering if that was during your era, your time.
Nah. In the 90s, in the early 90s when Pac, nah, I wasn't like heavy in shit then. That's when we was gangbanging then, so I wasn't on the scene or going to shows and shit like that. I wasn't. Nah, I wasn't
even
around
thinking
there.
about none of that yet.
Nah, hell nah.
What do you got coming up? Is there anything you're working on?
Yeah, we right now I'm pushing the artist, RTS, the management company, and things of that nature. I got my non-for-profit Perfect Vision Empowered, where we going block to block every week. We picking a new block, passing out toys, back to school supplies, things of that nature for the kids. What I'm trying to do now is try and reach the shorties. Too many times we focus on the guys who already got their mind made up that this is what they want to do, this is the life they want to live. So what I'm trying to do is catch the shorties before they even get into that life, just to show them that it is some people that care. It is some people that want to see you succeed. So, you know, who knows? Like I said before, the basketball or the football that you get this shorty might make him feel like he the next big superstar. And he take that ball and it motivate him to become an NFL player or an NBA player or something of that nature. So it's really just giving them hope, you know what I'm saying, and showing them it is a different way and some people do care, you know. So that's my goal and my purpose right now, you know.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. I think you have some artists you wanted to introduce. Yeah,
I want to introduce the female artists I got. So yeah, you know, like on all of my interviews, I always like to, you know, spread the spotlight on some of the artists that we have. I think the first time we had my management team with me, Will 00. Then the second one, y'all met Big Boss Damo and RJ the MVP, along with my partner Black. You know, so this time I wanted to bring some of the ladies from the label, you know what I'm saying, from the management team. They've been working hard, they've been grinding, and I'm like this here. When I feel that you're grinding and you actually putting in the work and not just talking about it, I've spread the light on you, give you some light to what it is you're doing. So I brought Romance and, you know what I'm saying, Sharnice Nicole, and they'll be able to, you know, tell you about themselves, tell you what they do, their latest single, what they got coming up, as well as where to find them at online. So I know y'all gonna be interested. Go look them up after they let y'all know what the fuck it is, and you're gonna be impressed with the music, the videos, as well as the hard work ethic. You know what I'm saying? It's deserving. They working hard, man, and enough of me. I'm gonna let them get to doing what they do.
My name is Romance. I am signed with RTS. I have a new song called Trippin'. It just dropped about a couple weeks ago. It's very high. You guys go and get that. I have a new song with Mikey Dollars called Shit On that we just dropped. It's real high. Y'all go check that out. You can find me on Instagram, romance_. So I'm so excited for you guys to see what's going on with me, because I'm coming. I'm hot.
You're out of Chicago?
Yeah, I'm from Chicago.
What part of Chicago are you from?
Southside, Jeffrey Manor.
Okay. And, you know, can you give the fans a little bit about what it was like for you?
Growing up over there, it was kind of tough. I was always the pretty girl getting picked on by everybody else. So I'm happy to have made it out that situation, and I can never forget where I'm from. That motivated me to go hard.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. It's good to see you guys grinding. Definitely.
Man, I appreciate it. And now we got Sharnice Nicole. I'll let her tell you what.
Hey.
How's it going?
I'm fine. How you doing?
Good, good. Can you tell the people a little bit about yourself, what you're working on?
Yeah, I'm Sharnice Nicole. I'm an RTS artist signed to Bodeo Management. And I did just release a song with Big Count Records, Flame, called Twerk That Ass. And I do have a song releasing on all platforms on August 13th featuring Lucy Dior called Shake That Ass. So y'all need to go listen to that soon as it drops.
Okay, and you're from Chicago also?
Yeah, I'm from Chicago, but I really grew up in like the suburb area in my, adult years. The Chicago living was just more of my childhood, so.
Okay, cool. Is there anything you'd like the people to know about your life growing up or anything? A little preview?
I mean, I had a pretty good life. I've always been in the, the music industry, so that's really my life. But other than that, it was just like a normal suburban girl coming right back to the city.
Okay, that's what's up.
It's always a pleasure, man. I love, I want to give you your flowers now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love what you're doing, man. Your interviews, you growing and getting better and better, man. Doing views on top of views, man. And you one of those people who worked hard for it, man, and deserve everything that you got coming your way, man. And I salute you. I double salute you.
Thank you, Bo. I appreciate it, man. Salute you too, man. Like I said at the beginning, man, what you do, man, with the community, man, is big, man. And, Chicago definitely needs you around, man. They need somebody like you to keep, with all the negativity, to try to, balance it out, man, with some positivity, So, man, I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate
real big,
you.
Man.
Man, nothing. Hey, I wish you the best of success. I'm looking for number 4, so we're going to have 4 in. You know what I'm saying? The next one going to be number 4, man. I'm becoming a regular on here, man. I'm feeling at home, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I love having you, man. Definitely.
Man, I love being here, man. I know you'll bring me. I'll be back as soon as some new shit kick off in Chicago, man, to get a behind-the-scenes intake on it, man. I'm on point whenever you call, though, man. I appreciate you.
Definitely, bro. I appreciate you also, man. All right, bro.
All right, love.